So,
Well, here we are, man. Let's jump in. First of all, who are we? What are we?
I'd say welcome everyone to the Mark for Life podcast wrestling show. I'm Jeff.
And I'm
This is
Jerry.
Jerry. And man, we're just a couple of guys who love wrestling. And man, pretty good stuff tonight. Maybe not quite complete, full extravaganza Wednesday was, but still some pretty good stuff. Your thoughts?
I would say overall, I think I almost look at night one of Grand Slam as, as like a pay-per-view, and it's hard to follow up on that. It's hard to match that.
Tonight was more like just a really good night of TV.
It was a really good night.
Good night of wrestling on TV.
Yeah.
Not a free pay-per-view, but
not a free pay-per-view,
stuff.
But a really good show. And I for what it was, especially when I think about the past couple of Rampages, I think this one was really solid. And this is you and I have talked about this a lot offline.
Big time.
But the strength of the tag team division in AEW to me was really highlighted
Big time
tonight. There were some great moments, but I don't know. I think the thing that stuck out to me is, for a guy, if we start with the first match, again, I can't. So I watched the first 20 minutes of SmackDown, and it took them about 19 minutes to get
going
to the first match. Yeah. And then after about 90 seconds, they cut away for a commercial.
Talk in.
Yeah. And
talk.
There was about 2 minutes of talking. And the next thing you know, here comes Hobbs. Here comes Punk. And they got into it.
They did.
What were your thoughts on the Hobbs Punk match?
Great start. Really good start. I love go to sleep, motherfucker. They had a tight pin on Punk's mouth, and go to sleep, motherfucker was pretty easily lip read. And love the taunt and hook too.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff, but there were some pretty rough spots in this match, and I'm kind of a little worried about Hobbs. He looked kind of a little shook up after the count, because Punk definitely gave him like a little extra. Are you good? You okay?
Yeah.
And he kind of looked like he was hurting. So I'm kind of curious, see if there's anything on his health out there. I hope he's okay. That Hurricane Rana spot was not great looking.
No. And so there was a part of me, it was like, okay, is Hobbs just selling it? Like, he put me to sleep and I'm selling. But man, I think the concern, either all of them, either Aubrey and Punk, were also equally selling it, or they're like, no, really, are you good? You okay?
I don't know. Again, just a couple of really kind of rough looking spots there. I don't know if both of them were a little tired there towards the end. I think it was a little longer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
So kind of hoping that would have been it didn't need to go that long. I didn't.
Yeah. And I think that's part of it too. Like, I'm not sure if I've seen Hobbs go that long in a match. And then, Punk being, still, trying to work some rust off. It's been a while since he's gone.
He does look great though.
Oh my gosh.
And he does look great. And actually, Look at Hobbs. Just I have a note here. Hobbs, just beast.
Yeah.
He just, I mean, what? I mean, that's a lot of beef, you know. And he is just impressive and strong and powerful when he wants to be. And
Lots
I
of
like
upside. Lots of upside with Hobbs.
tremendous.
Yeah.
And Punk looks great too.
Yeah.
He looks like the condition he was in, and I think on his best WWE run, when he was physically at his best, not trying to carry too much weight and try to look big, but you know, he's better when he's slimmer, and he looks really, really healthy.
I thought we saw a little bit more, you know, with Darby, you know, looking at this match compared to the Darby match, I feel like the first match was definitely more felt like feel good feel, you know, like I'm here, I'm just glad to be back, and I really want to put you over. I think in this match, I think he knew in order to put Hobbs over, I think we started to, and he talked about this in his promo that he had to save, you know, the other night. I felt like we started to see more of Punk, like more of he felt feistier.
Oh, definitely coming out straight out and going after the knee right away. I mean, that was good stuff. And you know, got to see a bit more of the kind of classic kind of high speed offense that he gets in, you know, really good at the end of matches. And you know, that last TTS didn't look great. Hurricane Rana was rough. Aside from that, I think a really, really well wrestled match from those two guys. I just, you know, I do hope his health is good. And you know, Ricky on commentary had a couple of good comments, but I did like that they didn't get involved in any way.
Yeah. Ricky is strong on the mic. I love that kid, man. He's
good. He's just good fun color. You know, just got some good fun color, especially later. There's some great stuff with Ricky. But what do you think going on to the big super quick match with my boy Christian?
You know,
Jurassic Express.
I gotta say, I know you're not a fan. Apparently, obviously, Taz not a big fan.
Me and Taz are on the same page.
You're Team Taz now.
Same. I'm Team Taz on a lot of things, actually. I mean, Taz, don't forget, Taz has some great stuff. That sick promo, you know, Punk cut. That was Taz, man. He's just quoting Taz.
I love Taz. I look
but Christian, but no. I mean, Elite comes out, and oh man, just the Elite entrance, and then just adding in Adam Cole. I mean, it is just pure fun. This is just wrestling glorious, you know, at its maximus, and I love it. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that it's NWO at the max.
Yeah,
you know, when they were riding the highest, and I love it. It's great. It's so good, and just the addition of Adam Cole makes it even more better. It's just even better, even more.
Yeah, I mean, and the whole thing with Adam Cole, like it's starting to reach in just a short period of time. He's starting to reach kind of pop culture status. I saw I don't know what they call him. I mean, I know it's on TikTok, but then Instagram has their own version of TikTok, and it's this teacher who's doing the Adam Cole entrance.
And I'm like, I mean,
it just pops. I thought it was a great match.
It's good stuff. I can't wait to see it live. I mean, I can't. I mean, good stuff. I love Don on the call. Don for the win on the call all the time. I love the Stanford Supermax comment.
Yes. It leaves in 15 minutes. Don't
go
be late.
Back to the Stanford Supermax, Christian.
I love that they just always comes back to the fact that didn't you fire him?
Oh yeah. But there was some. I mean, I will say this: there's great sequencing in the match.
Mhm.
There's some really, really well timed spots. Jungle Boy, I mean, just continues to deliver time and time again. Um, I mean, for all you want him to do, Luchasaurus does it too. I mean, he's
Yeah,
your great big guy monster in the spot
yeah,
for you. And I love the Bucks taking Christian out for the finish. I
I
thought
thought that
that
was
was
awesome.
really great stuff. Um, and then I thought it looked good. And what did you think of that finish there? With
I
just kind of isolating the big guy and
Yeah, one of the things they did, and I don't know if it just felt like a Kane moment, when Lucha's down, Luchasaurus
oh,
is
he
down,
is
and he just
King.
kind
We
of,
all know
I mean,
that
like,
he is King.
um,
He's a happy-go-lucky King.
I love how they isolated him, and I love how they did Christian and Jungle Boy, where they just just throwing you off the stage. We're gonna, you
Yeah,
know, and I
I
thought Cage.
mean, I've just got a note here. Bucks best. I mean, they are just. I mean, the Jackson brothers are just spectacular.
They are
I mean,
great showmen and
if
great in the
they're in a
ring.
match, if they're in a match, it's gonna be really good. There's gonna be some really cool stuff. It's guaranteed entertainment. I mean, and that's why we watch wrestling, right? I mean,
I
I want
mean,
really, really good entertainment, and they give it to me.
those guys come in, they got the juice. Then you add Adam, that super click. I mean, they remind me, like you said it, the NWO. They kind of remind me of the Attitude era a
I mean,
little
yeah,
bit.
the whole. I mean, even just super click. I mean, you're talking. I mean, that's the even the click. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
we can go
Yeah,
back that
right.
far.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the bad. We're the baddest guys in the room, and that's it. We're the baddest guys in the locker room. We're the baddest guys in the ring. I mean, I highly recommend if you have not watched an episode of Being the Elite on AEW's YouTube channel,
I've
highly
got,
recommend.
yeah.
Just great hilarity. There's also some absolutely weird shit, but it's good stuff. Um,
Yeah.
what do you think of Adam Cole kind of lean over Luchasaurus and kind of stare down with Jungle Boy?
Mm,
Um, and then we get the match
yeah.
booked later, I think.
That's going to be a fun
Um,
match, man.
I mean, I kind of it's talk. They think about the evolution of Jungle Boy. It's when do we go from Jungle Boy to Jungle Jack, and
Mm,
we
mm.
grow up into the main event? I
I
mean,
think
is that imminent?
I think it could be. I you know, Here's what we know. He's going to come out. He's going to perform well. I think their styles really complement each other. It's just going to be I mean, that crowd is going to be jacked for this match. It's gonna be great, man. I am really looking forward to it. But yeah, I think we might be seeing the evolution of Jungle Boy right before our eyes.
I think he'll. I think the boy will grow into the man eventually, and
Yeah.
I think it might be coming maybe sooner than we think. Maybe I don't know.
Hmm.
Clearly, he's gonna go. I mean, if he's, I think you're gonna pin Adam Cole in his third match after joining the roster. So I mean, clearly he's gonna take a dive
Yeah.
in the next one, but. I think we'll see him. Maybe this is what kind of bumps a little more grow
Hmm.
up out of Jungle Boy. I want to see more Jungle Jack. It's time to grow up and be maybe a
Yeah.
little more intense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
Speaking of,
he's not
and
he's
then we're
yeah.
going into a match with no perceived intensity.
Look, I did not.
I didn't like
I
anything about this, man.
I
Not
all
gonna
right,
lie.
I did
Except
I
for I like Ethan Page. I love watching Ethan Page wrestle. I like even watching him talk even more.
Yeah.
but we haven't heard him talk. We
Mhm.
only get to watch him wrestle a little bit, and to watch a bunch of MMA thugs
You know,
beat on Rock Dad.
the men of the year, their promo, I thought was decent. And but yeah, I had no expectations for this match. Didn't want to watch it. And but hold on, my daughter was just texting me. Sorry about that. But
real life trickling into the show.
Yeah. But I will say this: when I saw Jorge Masvidal come out, I'm like, holy crap! Like, first of all, the match. I didn't expect Men of the Year to win the match. I did not. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I kind of was hoping.
Yeah, it's been a very, very weak, screwy finish.
Yeah, it was a weak finish. The ending was kind of, I don't know. The ending was the best part. And when the match is over and you're like, the ending was the best part. No, it says everything you need to know about the match.
I mean, right? I think my notes here are all, it's kind of funny that, I mean, and how Jericho is about as lame as it gets, but he's still so over and everyone still loves the song. Lots of excessive middle fingering tonight.
Yeah. I do
That's from
think
all wrestlers in all matches.
I would like for Jericho.
I don't know that Paige looks great.
Paige looks great. You know, I would love for Jericho to stick with tag matches. Because I feel like he can run out of steam quickly. I didn't love it. I just didn't. I love Jericho, respect him, obviously Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I didn't love it.
I also have, is it just me or is Jake Hager one of those guys that just as he's getting like warmed up, he actually looks like exhausted? Is that just me?
Yeah.
That he like literally always looks completely exhausted, completely gassed at all times.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Jeff. I was torn. I expected for Hager to turn heel tonight.
Oh yeah, and join American Top Team.
Yeah, but then that would have meant we would have had to see more. We would have to see Jericho and Hager, and I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Well, I mean, this whole lane beatdown. I mean, I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I mean, I really don't want to see these MMA guys coming in here and kicking Jericho's head off. I think I don't kind of buy it, and you know, even when they ring the bell and nobody comes out to save them or anything like that, and it's like when you're ringing the bell, and the thing is, next match is Santana Ortiz. They're behind the curtain.
Right.
While Jericho's getting his ass kicked. And so it's like, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
No one's coming out to save the Hall of Famer, the guy who helped build AEW.
Yeah, I mean these American Top Team MMA guys and are invading AEW, and they're not gonna come out there and whoop these guys' ass. I mean, come on. I just, you know.
It was a miss. It was a miss for me.
I think it's a definite miss. I think that kind of everything that they've done with Dan Lambert has been a miss. Mm-hmm. So I don't really see any real need to continue it. I really hope that kind of maybe this is kind of enough, and we can move on from this little this angle.
Yeah,
I hope anyway.
I hope it may, if he wants to come back, if it's one of those things where he randomly shows up with somebody in 6 months or something, and there's like a one-off, I'd be okay with that. But I don't want next week and the week after. I don't want at Full Gear. No, I don't want to be dealing with this. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I just would rather move on.
Yeah.
And speaking of not being able to move on, Matt Hardy and his little apple dumpling gang versus the Lucha Bros and Santana Ortiz.
Oof.
And
Wow.
some good stuff in this match. A lot of things happen.
There was so much that happened. It was I almost look at it like a wedding reception for the wedding party. There's so many things happening that there's almost, you can't possibly take it all in. I mean, there were so many good moments, but it was just so much happening.
I think, there's so many good spots in this match. The private party guys got to shine some, including there's an outstanding one of the guys nailed a DDT on the outside that was sick. It was so good. And then Orange punching the punch on Jack on the ramp. But I did have one of my thoughts is there's too many guys in that goddamn booth on Friday nights.
Can they give him a bigger table?
It's like just give me Excalibur and and at this point I'll just take Ricky.
Yeah.
I'll just take Ricky at this point. But there's just, talk about an exciting time for anyone to even want to challenge for those tag belts.
To
have to go up against the Lucha Brothers. They're clearly on point with just killer combination offense. And they just wrestle so great.
They're
so much fun to watch,
and they work so well with Santana and Ortiz. I want to see Santana Ortiz and Lucha. I want to see them going for the where Santana and Ortiz are going
against each other.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good. I do kind of feel that I do think it's kind of probably time for Santana to kind of maybe step away from tag team and
kind of do his own.
I just think it's time for a singles push, but that's again, an opinion. But a lot of outcome after this match. They actually finally make the hair versus hair match for Orange Cassidy and not Matt Hardy, going for Jack instead. So Jack will clearly be bald next week.
Oh, he's absolutely going to be bald.
Maybe not even a very long match. Orange might knock him out in a couple of minutes. So then we go to go out to Sammy Guevara. And Fuego coming out for a love fest with the fans.
And
to happen.
Miro, it dawned on me as I'm watching, Miro is the equivalent of Debo from Friday. He just comes out, he beats your ass. He just shows up, beats your ass, and takes your chain or your bike. And I do love.
But he's so much cooler than him. But so much better and more.
He's so much
than that.
And I just love what AEW has done. I almost feel like Fuego del Sol is kind of like the jester.
I think that he is his future is he needs to invest in some really, really good health insurance.
Oh my gosh.
And because I feel like these dives off of stages are not going to end soon for him. But
I almost feel like he should get his own ice bath with his name on it. Hey,
probably.
Probably.
And the best part of this whole thing is Ricky Starks just going nuts in the background. and jumping up and down and loving it and just cheering him on. I just love it. There is something to be said for the wonder of a heel announcer, and I'm really kind of glad they do have that angle. I kind of feel like on Dynamite we lose that a little bit, but I mean, I grew up with Bobby the Brain.
Yes.
In the commentary booth.
Yeah.
And with Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
So I mean, just Gorilla and him going back and forth was part of what made matches great, to me as a kid growing up. And I love, it's just a little bit of heel banter in matches is fantastic. And I like that they kind of bring in that. And I just love that spot.
Yeah.
And God's favorite champion just going home to do what he does.
Celebrate with his God above.
And how over is CJ?
My God.
She's more over. It's just an off-camera Greek tragedy, as a Greek drama character.
Yeah.
She's more over. It's just as an off-camera character than she ever was on TV.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I think that's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. After that, we do get some words from Andrade about how Chavo sucks and all that. And we're getting Andrade Pac too.
Yeah.
So I kind of think we wasted Andrade for a couple of weeks, but I enjoyed their match. I can't wait to have it end with a real finish.
Yeah. I enjoy watching both of those men in the ring and those two guys going up against each other. I feel like both men are just underutilized right now, and the
locker room is insanely stacked. I think that if just getting on TV right now is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I mean, there's just so much talent in the locker room. And it's just getting more and more stacked.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just the making the best of the time you get on television is for all those guys is clearly very important. And let's finish this angle with Pac and move on to something cooler for Andrade very, very soon.
Yeah, which clearly won't involve the Nature Boy.
No, no, it really won't.
I mean, now they're probably
I don't think we're gonna see Nate
anywhere.
AEW.
No,
anywhere.
No.
Besides an airport Howard Johnson anytime soon.
Which, yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that whole storyline. I mean, they're probably like, oh man, we kind of screwed the pooch on the Chavo thing, but who could have known?
I mean, what anybody else remember Vicky being
right
manager for a couple minutes?
Right.
Did I kind of just miss that? Or I don't know. But I mean, he just is not, I don't like, not a dog on the guy's English or anything like that, but he definitely needs a mouthpiece. He just needs to be cool and be awesome and kick people's asses. He doesn't need to do any talking per se, I don't think, but let's get him somebody or something, get him to get him in a group or something. But I don't know. I just see there's just too much upside for the guy. So
he's gonna be a star. Your thoughts on Anna Jay and Penelope Ford?
I like watching her wrestle more and more and more every time I see it. She's just got great ring charisma, and she connects with the crowd really, really well. Penelope, I know you like Penelope.
I thought it was
Penelope makes me think of like, I wonder what Molly Holly's long lost sister like went to Hollywood,
yeah. Yeah.
and ended up wrestling there. And that's Penelope.
I thought this match was good for what it needed to do. Like we needed, like we're coming off the high of the 8-man tag.
Right.
You've got the beatdown that Miro gave Sammy and Fuego. And you need something before that lights out match. And I thought it was great for what it was, for what they delivered.
Yes. Again, it's I don't like the Brasnux finish is cheap.
Yeah.
I got to admit, Penelope kind of looks a little slow to me at times.
Mm-hmm.
She's not quite up to like the competition speed.
No.
With some of the other gals in the division. But I did just, love to see the finish of the match was awesome.
The finish was on, Bunny coming out to the strike. Here's the thing. I left this match. I actually went into this match thinking, man, I would love to see the ladies who were just in the promo before this match. I want to see Jade. I want to see Thunder Rosa. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just saving it for next week, but I'm like, a triple threat match with those three, I would have gotten more value out of that, but I don't know. I think for the time constraints that they had with this show, that maybe it worked for what they needed it to do.
Right. But, I mean, it built the story that, all right, we're going to go into a big tag match next week with all four of these gals. We're going to get a, orange hair match with, not with Matt, but Matt will be there. And maybe it's like we can kind of plus you kind of got Dark Order back together a little bit.
Yeah.
So you kind of progressed a bunch of storylines with said cheap brass knucks finish.
Yeah.
But you progressed a ton of storylines, which is what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
And I just kind of hope that I feel like we can get some resolution on a few stories next week and maybe start building for Full Gear.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Dark Order, though. I mean, it seemed like there was some they're making progress towards coalescing, but I feel like there's still some more story to be told there.
I believe I did see or hear that Dynamite after Full Gear is in Virginia. Adam Page, native Virginian. Read into that whatever you will, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to see Adam back, but Hangman clearly lurks on the horizon for Kenny, of course.
Yeah.
But so I gotta admit, one of my favorite parts of Rampage is the Mark Henry.
Oh,
the Mark Henry Green Mile interview.
Yeah.
Before you go to your fate, in the main event. Clearly, we just get a lot of angry men yelling at each other.
I love it. Eddie was like over it. Eddie's like, "Come on, man, screw this crap."
This crap.
I'm
gonna break my head against something.
I just love how stiff Mark Henry is in these interviews. Like they don't get any better, and it's charming. Like it's charming how
he is,
how bad it is.
It's like it's so awfully good. So I mean, it's so bad it's great.
It's so bad it's great. But when he gets to the point, like, we've had enough talk. Now, and when he says that, it gets me going, man.
It does. I mean, but you're talking about a guy who's in the wrestling business for many, many years, I mean, you could go so over the top with it, but we get the same mildly inconsistent delivery every week, and it's just charming and wonderful, and I love it.
Yeah. What did you think of the match?
Um, I don't know. It wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be.
Mm-mm.
Just an extended break, beat down. I don't think they didn't really. I don't remember there even really being a pinfall attempt.
Yeah.
Before the finish.
Yeah.
At all.
I love Eddie. Eddie tried to break the kendo stick over his knee and didn't quite have the success he wanted.
No.
It was
And and also like I kind of looking at the back of my head. I felt like the match starts and immediately there's already Ambrose and Archer are like already taking a break.
Yeah.
Like the match just started and both of them are nowhere to be found.
Right.
Eddie goes through a table pretty fast too.
Yeah.
To start his break.
Uh-huh.
And then we immediately go to, Archer just strangling the bejesus out of Moxley going into commercial, which you always got to love those people in the first commercial.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we getting into? We're watching a guy getting strangled with a leather strap. That's what you're getting into. And then they had Moxley taped up pretty much the rest of the match.
Yeah, like his hands behind his back.
And poor Eddie has to just kind of, get beaten mercilessly by Suzuki and Archer.
Yeah.
And I mean, Archer is, I am sold. You're a psychopath. You're a psychopath.
Yeah.
I would not want to talk to you on a street or ever, in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sold on that. But there's at times, where you're just, it's just kind of a little irksome to watch. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think I would have wanted to see more. I kind of wanted more brutality. I mean, it sounds bad. I wanted
more moves.
Yes.
I want a little more wrestling.
Yeah.
Is what I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love getting, I love the guy getting whacked with a kendo stick a bunch of times and all that stuff. But give me some more actual wrestling moves involved.
Yeah.
Instead of just just beating with weapons. Give me a little more wrestling.
Yeah, I'd like more wrestling. I'm kind of over
somebody go coast to coast. Somebody go coast to coast or something.
Yeah.
I mean, do something cool like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the Suzuki thing.
If it's over, it's over. I'm glad.
Yeah, I don't enjoy watching it.
A 60-something-year-old, old man.
Right. Yes.
Look very, very angry at people.
I mean, he's
kind of his whole ball game.
He's tough as nails.
And every Suzuki mark in the world now hates me.
Yeah. Now I feel like it probably plays better live than it does on television.
Probably. Well, the whole finish with the kendo stick trash can beat down did backfire a little bit. There was such a bad angle.
It was a bad angle. You could clearly see that it's not.
See that it was not even coming close to Archer's head at all.
Yeah.
But I did love Homicide coming in.
Yeah.
For the save, that was actually pretty great.
Yeah.
Talk about seeing an old schooler back for a minute. Anybody remembers who he is at all? But,
yeah. Well, they seemed to, I mean, the crowd popped for him for a little bit.
They popped for him pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, besides his tag team run and Impact TNA, I kind of lost track of him myself. So, but it was good to see him in action.
Yeah.
And, how about Eddie getting the pin and not even getting his music played?
That's yeah.
What's going on with that?
I know that they're a tag, and I know that Mox is like one of the bigger stars in
The
the
more over
company.
star.
But I'm like, Eddie gets the
But
pin. Give
Eddie's
him his
music is
music.
awesome.
Yeah.
Give me some DMX. Oh, I mean,
Well, and I'm sorry. I think he has the line of the year in pro wrestling. Redeem these nuts.
Pretty good one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good one. Overall, what are you rating the show? If we're given a letter grade.
If I'm given a letter grade, I'm going to give him a B minus.
I'm in the C plus B minus range.
Yeah, it was solid. It was serviceable. Like it wasn't.
I mean, see, I'm giving Mike, the Punk match is a solid C plus B minus.
Mm-hmm.
Super Click is an A minus B plus. Men of the Year is a D.
Yeah.
The beatdown is a weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna get a weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do hope and pray that Christian not being in on the finish in that match. Hopefully he can get separation from Jurassic Express and maybe move on to something else.
Well, I'm hoping that whole. I think it would be good for all three of them to be able to kind of splinter off and do the thing.
I think so.
And knowing that they can always come back and support each other, have each other's backs and whatnot. But
I'd kind of like that. I'd love to see Luchasaurus versus Miro. I think that'd be a fantastic match.
That
Spring
could
on,
be something. Yeah.
I mean, I don't love the gimmick or anything like that, but I mean, like I said, he's good babyface Kane.
Mm-hmm.
He's the babyface Kane of AEW.
Yeah,
and use him as such. He can challenge for your TV belt.
Yeah,
don't give it to him, but he can challenge for it.
I will say the reason that I'm giving them a B minus and not a C is that Masvidal, one of the biggest stars in MMA, we didn't see it come. So that saved me from giving that all of that like an F. Like I was prepared to give that whole thing an F. But Masvidal giving that V trigger, that was,
And he does it better though.
Yes.
His is faster. Kenny looks better. So
yeah, I mean, this
is pro wrestling.
And it's just it's so amazing that you see Masvidal like this giant of the MMA, and he just looks so tiny.
Doesn't look very big.
Not
standing next to Ethan Page. You're not going to look big.
Yeah.
You kind of forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very large man.
Yeah, but I will say,
look big.
But if I'm rating Grand Slam in its entirety, I'm giving them an A. It was an A plus for me on Wednesday.
A plus on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Enough to balance it out for an A.
Yeah.
Didn't get any huge massive moments, no title changes, no anything like that. But a super cool event with clearly an awesome crowd.
Yeah.
Clearly, I think they were tired too by the end of
that.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah.
I think they're kind of tired. I kind of, think that maybe it's time to start thinking about 6 pay-per-views a year, or maybe a different type of television special or something like that. So you can maybe not have to do 4 hours wrestling.
Yeah, that's
a
lot.
Big ask for anybody.
That's
unless you're going to start early.
Yeah,
it's a lot to ask. For anyone to watch that,
and I will say also that this week, and coincidentally, I think we saw more Extreme Rules, as it were, in these 4 hours of wrestling than we'll see it all on Sunday.
Still no stipulations announced.
Not one. Not
There will
one.
be chairs. There will be tables. I mean, that's basically what they told you.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, there will be tables. There will be chairs around.
Yeah.
That's
like
it.
Well, that's okay. That's awesome. But but yeah,
all you're getting.
We won this week. Wrestling fans won.
They did
this week.
They definitely did. I think that you're even seeing AEW's pushing Vince's needle, whether or not he wants to admit it or not. I mean, the fact that he's pushed, they've been flip-flopping people around between rosters and whatnot, clearly shows that there's something going on, and they know that it's time to buck up.
I mean,
maybe go back and do a little work. And rest on the laurels so much.
Poor Roman's going to need a break, but they're not going to be able to give him one.
No,
you know.
Clearly, I mean, he's carrying that company full on his shoulders.
Yeah, well, they've got the draft on. Is the draft on Monday?
It's coming up. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's in a couple weeks.
At least it's after Extreme Rules, but
yeah, well, yeah, rules. I'm just
rules.
But yeah,
regular rules. Pay-per-view. I mean, you could call it. You can call it anything. I'd rather call it In Your House if that's really what more of it is than Extreme Rules.
I mean, Extreme Rules felt like a response to AEW, and then you don't actually create anything extreme. But who knows? Maybe when
old Vince is playing mind games with you.
I'll be watching on Sunday. I'm sure you'll be watching on Sunday. And
if I've got time, we'll see.
Well, we may have
promises.
We may have to come back and break it down. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you the only match I'm really looking forward to, if I'm being honest, is the Charlotte Alexa Bliss match. Just because those are the only promos that have actually been done well, in my opinion. And I'm like, oh, that's the match I'm interested in seeing.
I'm kind of curious about Finn. I mean, that'll be interesting. He did kind of lay the wood to Roman.
That was the way the show ended tonight. That was pretty cool.
But of course, more likely it's just going to be Roman absolutely throwing him around like a rag doll. But
yeah, and then of course I want to know if Brock shows up, and what happens.
Of course, we'll see.
We'll see.
But man, yeah, you're right, man. Good week in wrestling. This has been so much fun. I'm glad you've been along here to enjoy the wrestling ride with us as we enjoy these shows and everything that's going on in the wrestling world.
Yeah, more to come. Marked for life, man. Let's
do this, guys. Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Yep. Take care, everybody. We're looking forward to a strong week of wrestling next week. So
absolutely,
let's do it.